Hey everybody, this is Jaxie, and today we're going to get excited about history with more close combat, Gateway to Caen, and we are the 11th Armored Division. So in this scenario, we are on the attack, and this one is going to be very armor heavy, but unlike the last video, both sides are going to have a lot of armor. So right here we have two M10s, and they have a lot of Panzer IVs. So 11 Panzer IVs, but we also have two full units of Shermans with a couple Fireflies and a couple M10s. Not a lot of infantry. We only have one unit of infantry, and so do the Germans. We are really hemmed in the beginning here in deployment zone, but what I want to do is have my infantry where they can look across the field and get as much line of sight as possible. Because we're going to be attacking out of this box, and we don't know where the Panzers are, but we're going to want to find them before they find us. Problem with Panzers versus Shermans in these scenarios is that you have these tanks with 75mm cannons, and their armor's really not going to stand up well. So often in this game, when you have a Panzer IV and a Sherman, it's whoever fires first or whoever hits first, or whoever has some sort of advantage. I mean, if both tanks are just looking at each other and the distance is 200 yards or under, and really you don't see a lot of engagements over 300 or 400 yards, I mean, it's only going to take one hit, and it's not going to take them that long to zero in. So I'm grouping my tanks into platoons here because I'm hoping the wings can get some side shots, and that really, if there's enough armor facing, they're going to be able to overwhelm the enemy with superior numbers. Now, I don't know how the Germans are going to array theirs. They could mass their armor too, and then I'm going to lose that advantage. But I found in Gateway to Caen, you really want to mass your tanks. I've had a lot of success massing tanks when it's armor against armor. Now, because you get to see the deployment, you know they don't have a lot of anti-tank guns. If they had anti-tank guns, I might have to spread out, but I'm scouting all my infantry first, and I'm really not afraid of my infantry getting killed because this scenario is going to come down to the armor. So my different Bren sections, I'm going to have them really just push out. I almost want them to take fire. I mean, you know, this is a game where you get to know your men and you get to see your men, and so it does kind of suck to think of them as sacrifices, but the infantry have better sight, and the way the end of the scenario works is I don't have a timer, so barring being able to take every single victory point, which I very rarely see in the scenario, and I don't think we'll see today, you win or lose based on when one side has their force morale go critical, and the tanks are worth more. Like, if a single dude gets wounded or killed, it's not going to have that much of an impact. But if you have a tank brew up, it's going to hurt your overall force morale, and the other units nearby are going to take notice too. And so I want to keep these guys together, advance with my platoons. I'm trying to screen my infantry into that second set of hedgerows so they can see any Panzer IVs that are coming. But this one could be a tough one, since eventually I'm going to have to cut into those hedgerows and cut into the town if I want to take all the objectives. So this southern group of tanks, I'm really going to have them hang back and then try to flank around to the south and the southeast. And this northern group, I can either have them flank, but there's a lot of kill zones up there in blind corners, or I can have them come down this intersection, and right there we see our first Panzer. So I don't know if this road is wide enough to use my numbers, but I'm just going to have to head up this intersection and hope that they don't get a flank shot on me. I'm trying to take it at an angle, and that way they won't be side armor versus front armor. Already we have one group taking fire. It's pretty unfortunate, but they are my scouts, so they've already found a Panzer. Maybe if they take some mortar fire, then they can go ammo critical sooner rather than later. And yeah, that Sherman 5, it wants nothing to do with being the sacrificial lamb. Alright. I have an angled shot. It's not perfect, but let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm very slow creeping these guys out. I just don't want them to get hit on a flank shot and give up the first ability to fire. We already have explosions going off. I think I'm going to be taking some nasty mortar fire. I did give up one of my 3-inch mortars for an extra tank. There's nothing in this scenario that says you shouldn't do something like that. But, yep, artillery's coming in. So I don't think it's an unfair advantage, but if I do run into infantry or need to use smoke, it's going to be a problem. Alright, Bren section is already taking fire. I have my tank firing. Ooh, they both missed first shot. Oh, these moments are so tense. It's like, you know they're going to fire, they see each other, they just have to reload, and you're hoping your crew is better trained. And second shot, nothing. Come on. Alright, now it's 2-on-1. I might have an advantage. And I'm going to see if I can sneak these guys through. Oh, I lost my first Sherman. Dang, 2-on-1. It took them 3 or 4 shots, but they finally zeroed it. So yeah, you can see my force morale already took a pretty big hit. Each tank is going to count for a lot. I can only give up so many if I'm not returning. But now I have front armor against front armor. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we're even. Luckily, while it was destroying the one Sherman, my other crew had time to zero. My men are in a good spot in the hedgerow. Their tank, I think, would have to jump the hedgerow to be able to zoom in and zero in on my guys. That one Bren section, though, that's done. There's only 1 or 2 men full and wandering around. I don't think I'm going to be able to take that victory point with them. But we're even so far. It's an exciting game. Like, these are moments where this game really shines, where it might seem slow, but it's very tactical. You're just kind of chess piecing, and you're doing bounding movements. And so I'll move up one tank while another tank covers, and my infantry are just slowly creeping. And they see some German infantry right there, so this intersection, this is going to be bloody. We'll see if we can come up with some sort of cool nickname. These Shermans in the south, I haven't moved them out yet. I'm waiting to see if we take anything other than mortar fire. I know there's some mortar fire coming in, but I was hoping to flush out any Panzers in the south here. They are taking artillery, and I really want to get my M10 moving because it is open-topped, and any shrapnel pieces could kill my crew. Oh, nothing doing with my scouts. I know there has to be somebody around here. I can hear mortar fire. But I've only found 3 of their Panzers. And I know they have 11, so really going to be a game of cat and mouse in these hedgerows. It's aggravating, definitely, to play in hedgerows. It's not easy, but that's what makes this game so engaging, is that you really feel the anxiety that the commanders write about, where you don't know what's on the other side, and these engagements are ridiculously close. And that's why you saw the Sherman and the Panzer IV, they're both in kill zones basically as soon as they see each other. I have the Firefly. It makes me like feel better mentally to know I have a stronger cannon, but honestly it's unnecessary because we're going to be at such close range it won't matter. Alright, I've got 3 guys on this intersection. I'm hoping they come to my kill zone, but I just want to keep this infantry there to keep an eye. I did lose 1 guy who went too far in the enemy hedgerow, but when this crew sneaks up, I should be able to see the flank, and then, if possible, I can start coming around. So, let's have you move up. I don't want to flank without sight, though. And they're just going for it. That's amazing. But another fun thing about this game, I love that the men will kind of do what they think is best, which is much more realistic. I've got a video coming up. I want to do the review of Manstein's lost victories. And just talking about command and control, he spends a lot of time going through that and how difficult it was, even in an era with radio and telephone. So while I've been reading and preparing the script for that video, it just always makes me want to play this game or Command Ops and other games that actually show like order delay and command and control problems. Yeah, that 2-inch, that's nothing, nothing too lethal. And these guys, I'm trying to keep, 2 are scared. I'm just trying to keep them out of fire. They're in a really good spot for scouting, and those Germans are pinned down. If I can get some fire on them, I can start setting up a flanking plan. My southern squad very loudly announcing that they're ready. So now that they are, I'm going to start flanking around with 1 Sherman. That Panzer looks like it's scared to go forward, which is smart because even though that's just a Bren squad, they could try assaulting it with grenades if it got too close. However, they did chuck a lot of their grenades already, so they would have to be within 20 yards, or 20 meters, excuse me. And my scout squad there, they took a little bit of fire. I think it's just mortar though, so wherever they move, they're going to be taking some. Oh, that German's just as brave as my Brent soldier who got hit.
Area secured.
Alright. So, I know it probably looks like I'm just wasting this tank squad to the south, and I am being slow-paced, but again, I have that infantry squad down there at that victory point, and I want them to draw fire from something. I want to know that I'm not going to get ambushed before I go. Oh, I hope that's a mortar shell. Usually the anti-tank explosions are pretty small if it's an armor-piercing round, so I think that's just mortar fire. Hopefully I don't have to worry about it too much. Germans are being just as scared as I am, like, they don't want to creep up. But if that Panzer's going to sit there, as long as that Sherman can make it through the hedgerow, I'll have an advantage. Although we've already seen, and I'll link this in the playlist with all the other Gateway to Caen stuff, these hedgerows will follow the tanks and will immobilize them. And that's really unfortunate. Alright. So, they are almost to that big manor there, and looks like a church. And nothing, no fire. There's something hiding. I mean, I've only encountered 2 Panzers. So there's 9 out there. It's forcing me to play so tactical and so scared. Oh, and there we go. Sherman can see him through the hedgerow, gets a first shot. Come on, Sherman. Reload, you got this. He's side armor, you're front armor. There, beautiful. Flanking maneuver worked. Germans should have been a little less cautionary there. They should have either attacked with him or maybe more cautionary. Could have backed him up. Well, it's 2-on-1 now. So 2 tanks down to 1 tank down. I've got good scouting. And I'm slowly making inroads to this middle section. So Baron-sur-Odon, I think that's how you pronounce it. My French is very rusty. That's coming within sight. Oh, and there's a 3rd Panzer IV and a 4th Panzer IV. Alright. Well, on an open road, 5th Panzer IV. Alright, now we know where they are, let's go. I don't have line of sight, but alright, if I can move maybe into that hedgerow or flank around, we'll see how it plays out. Oh, if you could see that other Panzer IV, that'd be great. But, yep. Now there's infantry down there. That's a first, noticing the infantry. Haven't seen any southern tanks. I'm kind of surprised. No, not going to hit them from there. I'm trying to keep this squad, or this platoon, I should say, together. Alright. So I've got... Oh! And they can see that in the T intersect. No? Hard to tell. Well, they're stacked up. I think it's only going to be one tank at a time, but against side armor, hopefully I'll have some luck. They're busy shooting at my platoon headquarters, and I'm fine to let them do that, in all honesty. Alright, I think through those hedgerows, these tanks should be safe. Alright, I can try to get an envelopment. That might be nice. Sherman is damaged. And a Panzer is destroyed, so... I can't see which Sherman is done, but 3 Panzers already smoking. No? Oh, wow. That's actually going to be able to hit him. I'm glad I left him there. Oh, give me a rear armor shot. I'd be so happy. And the Wolverine. Oh, I can't do anything yet. All of these tanks still good, but if they're popping smoke, they must see something or something sees them. That's usually a reaction for if a tank is taking fire and it doesn't know and it gets nervous. Maybe I can sneak them up and grenade attack that tank. Those two should keep holding this intersection nicely. And... come on. You're a tank destroyer. You're shooting down a road at a mostly open tank. It's like less than 100 meters. I've had these Sherman 5s make better shots. Alright. So the Panzer's damaged, but oh no, oh no! Oh, my whole platoon there. They got shots through, you can see they can fire through those hedgerows. Oh. Lost a Sherman and an M10 in such fast succession. I was so ahead on these tanks, and it was going so well there in that kill zone in the T intersection. They've got 4 burning wrecks, but now to the south. Oh, this game is so close. I think I've lost 4 and they've lost 4 now. No, maybe I've only lost 3, but I have a couple that are not at 100%. Oh, man. Yeah, look at this battlefield. Look at just how much burning wreckage. And you can see my force morale is higher than theirs, so they're starting to do a truce. But even though I'm winning on force morale, I have not taken a lot of victory points yet. So I think they might give me a couple if you're ahead, but that wouldn't even give me a decent victory just because I don't control ground. Oh, there we go. Look at that first shot. It's like 70 meters or so. Just no armor is going to hold up that close. Not at a 75 millimeter. Well, even though my platoon getting ambushed was bad for morale, and bad for my morale, to be honest, I think I want to keep playing this out. I want to try to take more points. You know, this isn't a full operation or scenario, but I'm having a lot of fun playing it out. Like, I only get 1 shot at this. I want to win the scenario. Alright. Those other Panzers are hanging back. That one's going to wait for friends. That guy there on the fence, my Sherman 5, he's got a really good line of sight, and he's going to be at least partially hulled down. I'm worried he's going to get flanked, because there's still quite a few Panzers I haven't seen, but if he gets flanked on that road, he's in trouble. However, if they come through that hedgerow, he's got a good defensive spot. And this little platoon HQ, this is holding out together. It's not letting me target those guys. Oh, yeah, there's the surrender. Okay. So, they give up. Look at how close the force morale is, though. Both sides are just freaking out with all these burning wrecks. I've lost a squad. It's just devastation.
Sir, enemies offered a ceasefire.
Oh man, I wonder why that Panzer IV didn't try to flank me. That was like the position that I didn't want my hull down Sherman to have. Well, I got lucky there. Or maybe he thought because he's outnumbered I would try to flank him. I don't know. Or he's gonna spin around in a circle. Oh, looks like the AI's having the same tank fun with pathing. I know that is a complaint people have with these. Oh, there's 2. So total, that's 3. Is that one gonna try to flank? Maybe that's it. I don't know. But yeah, the common complaint people have about a lot of these games is tank pathing is interesting. And, you know, like I said, I chalk that up to representing command and control. That you're going to radio a tank, like, go here, but the guys inside the tank, especially the commander, they're going to decide how best to get to whatever point that is.
Can't go there.
Well, he's going to... I guess they're moving towards the intersection. I'm really scared to move those tanks up, though. That was insane how that platoon just got lit up so fast, and they still have 1 Panzer in the hedges. So for now, I guess infantry are going to slowly push up. Oh, right there. Well, I see him first, and a first shot destruction. Oh, I got lucky. That was the flank. But he didn't see me, and I got a beat on him. Oh, they should have come through that hedgerow. Tried to distract and make him shoot at 2 targets at once. I have a big disadvantage, that infantry on infantry. Alright, let's move up one of these tanks, because there's no way that squad is going to win. They're still spamming. They definitely want an end to the conflict, but I can snag a couple more victory points. I still now have an advantage as far as number of tanks. They've got 2 more hidden here somewhere. But I bet I can get L'Église. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm trying. If anyone knows French better than I do, leave a comment. Feel free to correct me. I won't feel bad.
In position.
Well, they see the men, but I don't think they can hit the Panzer. Alright. Good. Kill an enemy there. I'm going to move these Shermans up and eventually just try to get those last 2 points. Alright, he's on his way. And oh, there's a Panzer coming. So this one, maybe I can get a flank and hit them at the intersection, kind of straight to the north of the Baron objective. And then he'll have to fight on 2 sides.
Area secured.
We're immobilized. Oh, well, never mind. There goes my flank. Driving in hedgerows. It's definitely one of the career hazards. I don't know if he'll be able to see past that burning wreck, but if any tanks come through that intersection, it sure would be nice to be able to target their side and rear armor. Well, I hear explosions. Someone's shooting at something. It sounds like tank fire. Oh, they're charging me for reasons I do not fully understand. I still don't want to do the ceasefire yet because I have the morale advantage. I think we can keep this going a bit. Oh. Oh, I got so lucky. Oh, he ambushed me down a road. And he hit against my side armor. That should have just been it. And then my first return shot got them. Oh, I was so unlucky in the beginning of this match with where their shots were landing and how. But now these Sherman crews are just zooming in. It's amazing. So they did an overrun attack, and they've kind of scattered that platoon headquarters. I don't think I'm going to be able to take that point unless I move that Panzer IV out of there. And they're like, yep, we're going to put this right here. What are you going to do about it? We're so close to being done. Firefly. Oh, my Firefly got hit. From where? Both those Panzers are destroyed. Man, these hedgerows. Oh. He fired through the hedgerow. And the other tank can't see him. Oh, this game is just brutal. Look at these morales. I'm surprised both sides are still in it. The Germans are about to break, but they keep sending me in the bottom right messages saying, hey, morale critical, morale critical. And now he's coming through the hedgerow. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. Oh, first shot. Man, the hedgerow slowed him just enough that Sherman at like 50 or 60 meters. Nothing doing. But they still haven't cracked. Oh, they've got 4 tanks burning there, like 3. That's at least 7 or 8 tanks destroyed. At least. They've got to be close to done. Oh, yeah. 4. So, 8 tanks. We've destroyed 8. Like, it's okay, Germans. You can give up. I'm not going to give you a truce, at least not right now. Well, that's kind of nice. My immobilized Sherman can still hit the German soldiers. So maybe I can get this central objective, which is what the point of the map is. So for my own victory conditions, I feel like if I can take the Baron-sur-Odon objective, then I can call it a day. Although it would be nice to have Lake Lys too. Alright, taking fire from the building. I'm just going to have my Sherman level it, because for now, I don't know where their last 2 or 3 tanks are. This should be number 9. And a miss! Oh, you can't miss from that close. But it's turning. Did it just pop smoke and is trying to get away? Oh no, it's damaged. I see. Come on. Oh, you can't miss from that close. You could have hit it with a rock. And my... Even 18 meters, they don't have AT weapons. Come on, Sherman. 3rd shot from under 50 meters, and it misses. This was like the death Sherman. Killed 2 tanks. Now can't do anything. Maybe the crew's tired. Alright, rear armor. It's trying to run. And you missed a 4th shot. Oh, man. Maybe he can come across the T. Now it's just going to run. It's going to try to hide in the hedgerows. You really can't hit? Oh. Maybe if it scoots up a bit. This is nuts. It's just panicking and we can't do anything about it. Just jump on top of it. Do something. Oh, there we go. After missing 4 times, stationary, against side and rear armor, now it's going to hit while the Sherman and the Panzer are moving. That makes sense. Oof. We're winning. Looking at national morale, we've almost got them. But this has been a tough game. We've taken a lot of tank losses, and we're got to be nearing like 30 minutes. This has been slow going. However, when you play a game like this, or Combat Mission, or Graviteam, you just can't rush units out. They get killed so fast. You got to be deliberate. And really, if I were to critique my own play, I probably don't use smoke enough. I think were I smoking corners and things that I would assume enemies would ambush, then like the situation with my southern tank platoon, they would have been fine. They wouldn't have just rounded a hedgerow and all of a sudden gotten hit from 2 Panzers on the other side. But we're still doing well enough. I don't know where their last 2 Panzers would be. I mean, you know, I believe in definitely having a reserve, but
Enemies offered a
I think there's
ceasefire.
a point like this where you have so few units you have to commit them. Yeah. There. Alright. Well, I'm going to try to snag a few more victory points, but as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty close to mission accomplished. Let's see if we can get the church here. That one Sherman 5 has just been firing at that building in that poor German section for so long. Yeah, you move up. You support them. Poor infantry. I don't even have enough of them, and they're doing a lot of the actual, like, flag capturing. But yeah, we're hanging in. For having to go so far back in deployment and for having tank against tank when you are on the attack, I'm really happy with how this has gone. Having tank parity, but you have to be the one to round those, you know, corners and deal with the ambushes and stuff. This could have gone way, way worse. I feel like there's definitely a version of this future where, you know, the Panzers are stationary and they're just ambushing, and their infantry are super high up in the church and the chateaus and things and just wrecking shop. But we went really slow. We screened with infantry. We did everything we were supposed to do. And so far this went really well. We have most of the victory points. We definitely have the middle ones, and we have the scenario one. Oh, there are the last two Panzers. Oh, those are so far away from my tanks. My tanks are all out of ammo or destroyed or mired. So you know what? I'll take the truce, and it's a major victory. We do have 10 men killed, 10 wounded, 5 destroyed or damaged vehicles. They lose 9 vehicles. And wow, far more men killed and wounded. So good result, even though we're on the attack from a really rough setup. But thank you guys for watching. I am happy to do some more one-shots with close combat. I kind of took a break on this game for a while because I lost some footage. But if you guys want me to keep playing this, leave a like or a comment, and then subscribe if you want more war games, book reviews, and history talks. And stay excited about history. I'll see you in the next video.